Good afternoon, everybody. We are here at beautiful Carpenter Park in Thornton, Colorado. Got a beautiful pond beside us and mountains in the background. Looks like we have some snow clouds coming over the mountains here, so enjoying the nice 60-degree weather while we can. Got a pretty short video for you guys here today. We're just going to be going over the mods done to the Papio SS here, and a partial request by C. Nichols to install the QuadLock phone mount onto the Papio SS as well. So one of the first mods I did was I switched out the reflectors that were on the license plate bracket and on the front fender here. This orange one, or two orange ones, were on the front and the red ones are on the rear. I decided to put the red ones up front on the bodywork just because this color where it says Papio and the accents here, they look more red to me than orange, and I feel like it just looked a bit nicer. So I just removed the reflectors entirely off this license plate bracket because the orange doesn't seem to fit in with the bike that much. Moving on from that, the other modification we've done, I've actually flipped this license plate bracket upside down because when I tried to mount the plate at first, it didn't fit. It was making contact with this reflector right here and just couldn't mount properly. So I had to flip this little piece of metal upside down. It's just a couple of Allen keys right there, really simple, and then the plate works fine. So the next modification we have is the carbon fiber slip-on from AliExpress. The reason we had to go AliExpress is because nobody else makes anything for this bike yet. I'm always looking for mainstream companies slip-on or full system exhaust for this thing. It sounds all right for what it is. It does sound kind of droney, really. It doesn't have a refined sound to it, if that makes any sense. I'm partially considering putting the stock muffler back on just because, like I said, it gets droney after a little while. I will link it below, but it is a knockoff pipe. It came with a KO Lightning sticker as well as an Austin Racing sticker. So take that as you will. But for only 60 bucks, it is pretty good. So no complaints. Next modification we have is the adjustable clutch and brake levers. These are CF Moto branded, but they're not for this bike. They're for the 2023 model Papio, the SL I believe it's called in European markets. And due to this, they are not perfect. So there is a little bit of clearance issue. When I go full lock to, I guess to the left, it does make contact with that fairing here, but it doesn't actually actuate the brake. If you can hear that, you still have to go a little bit further, which I'm honestly considering putting the stock levers back on because of that. It does freak me out a little bit when I'm doing low speed maneuvers, but it's not too worrying. Another CF Moto branded modification you could do is these crash bars right here. As you can see, I've had to put mine to use already, as I was trying to make a video in the snow a couple weeks back and it didn't go so well. These tires definitely didn't help. I tipped the bike over. I wasn't even moving, so thankfully it didn't do too much, but it protected everything else. Like, there's no scratches on the bottom fairings here or anything up here. It seems to have protected the turn signal as well. It doesn't look like there's any scratches on that. So overall, they've done their job. It does look like it bent a little though. I don't know how the quality on these bars are. It really wasn't a hard tip. I wasn't even moving. I just slipped when I was on ice, so just the weight of the bike seems to have bent that a little bit. So I really doubt it could withstand a whole crash. So I'd keep that in mind before buying them. They're really only for low speed tip overs. And the final modification, I'm going to do a little bit of an install video for you guys per the request of C. Nichols, the QuadLock phone mount. It did take me a minute to figure out how to mount a phone onto these handlebars. I've had a CF Moto 300 SS in the past, and I used Ram's X mount on the handlebars, and I had to push the brake lever like all the way to the left, and I barely had enough room. So this time around, I was like, I'm not going to get a handlebar mount. I'm going to try to figure out something different. The owner of the shop I went to actually had to come help me find a way to come attach a phone mount to this triple tree. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. So the first thing we're going to do is grab your flathead screwdriver, and you're going to try to pull this up a little bit. And you can probably just pull it up from there, and that's where our phone mount is going to go. So grab your mount and a 3mm Allen key. You're just gonna put that in that hole, and as you tighten this, it is going to bring that nut closer and actually widen that bit. I don't know if you can see it on camera there, but that's how it's going to attach to the inside of your triple tree. And simple as that. There's a couple more Allen keys on the top and side here to give your phone a bit more adjustability, but from what I've noticed, even at their more tight settings, there is still some play in it, so you don't really have to worry about adjusting it while your phone isn't actually on there. Now that we've got the phone mount installed, there is one more modification I'd like to do, just because me personally I think it makes the bike look a little bit nicer, is pop these rubber bits off that are on the triple tree. And that is all the modifications I've done to the Papio SS so far. If there's any major changes, I will let you guys know. Thanks again to C. Nichols for the inspiration behind this video. Get one last view at these beautiful sights. Sun, the lake, mountains in the background, and even the snow coming back over the mountains. Peace, y'all.